So then say after 6 months, they will review, okay, now he's better off, he can go. But he may not go to the super field areas. He might go to a normal, say, in between kind of places.
Active combat zone नहीं भेजेंगे.
Not the absolute active. So in that way, it is decided by the medical board.
Alright.
So every 6 months there's a review, and if you are fit and fine, it's good. So one of the battle casualty also, he became a major general also. So like without a leg also. So it's happened, it's there.
कारगिल में भी थे ना सर आप?
हाँ जी सर.
उस वक्त आप कहाँ थे मतलब?
अरे वो तो कारगिल वाला तो इंसिडेंट तो बहुत बढ़िया है. मतलब व्हाट हैपेंड लाइक इन 99 3rd May infiltration started off. Everybody would be knowing about it because that was the first time a live telecast was happening of actually what's happening. So 3rd May it happened, then 5th May something happened, that very bad incident of that our 5 officers and soldiers getting this thing mutilated by Pakistani this thing. So it was happening that time in Siliguri sector. So I was with one of the field ambulances. And by that time, since mobilization would have been there, so we got orders ki like be ready by within 48 hours. So you have to move from here to the JNK part of it. So that was some locations we don't disclose. Obviously. So that was my op location. So you will be able to move, but you have to be prepared within 48 hours. So we were battle hard and we are trying to make ourselves ready. So this was happening in May and June types. And then actually I first came across I would say the first casualties that I saw was not in JNK. I saw in Siliguri railway station. You have time? Should I speak about that?
हाँ सर बिल्कुल टाइम ही टाइम है आपके पास.
So like we were getting prepared for like getting a whole unit regiment mobilized from this side to the JNK part of it. Ready, and suddenly on say that was the date I remember, that 22nd June 1999. यहाँ पे ऑफिस बहुत जोर से चालू था वेस्टर्न सेक्टर और पूरे नॉर्दर्न सेक्टर में, and we were in that sector, and there was a blast which was carried out by ISI with the help of ULFA, and RDX there was a blast on platform number 2 and 3. There were 2 trains, Mahananda Express and Darjeeling Express, where the military coaches were there, and they were moving from this side to that side, the mobilization. So these guys were knowing about it, so they put up injury. So, and I was, I got the call at around 12:25, 12:30. Ki, Doc, where are you? We are called as doctors. Sir, just preparing my QRT. Just take out with a QRT, rush there to NJP, and you are the nearest doctor, go there. And I, sir, I'll tell you within 10 minutes we were there. And that was a sight, a ghastly sight. It was very scary. There were 9 casualties. Out of that, 3 were soldiers, 6 were civilians, and 65 were wounded. I was the only doctor out there. So now you see the railway station, and I was an officer also. So I have to manage the crowd also. I have to treat the patients also. I have to say barricade everything, because civil authorities actually were not there that time. Nobody had come in between. So then you have to take the role of everything. So that side was a bit, which is there in my mind. And then what we have to do, we do a triage kind of thing, whom to treat first, who can actually survive. Suppose somebody, so that's a triage which could be a bit emotionally, could be bad also, but you have to be practically correct. So I try to did that, and then of course I started initially treating my Fauji's who were injured, and then the nearest hospital was at Bengdubi, so I shifted them or evacuated them to that place because the surgeons and physicians were there. I did just give the first aid so that they start off with the therapy, they are comfortable and they go their types, which whatever we could do. Then I started treating all the civilians who were also injured. And then the railway hospital was also there, the district hospital also came in. Then later on their people also started coming. So in that way, collectively with the civil authorities, we could treat or evacuate all the 65 those who were injured, and the other people who were not there, so we had to take them back to our homes.
तो आपने तो व्हाट आप कितने महीने थे सर वो कारगिल वॉर? तो
अच्छा, ये तो आपको बताया कि कारगिल वॉर चल रही उधर थी, बट हम थे यहाँ पे. बट आई सॉ द फर्स्ट इंसिडेंट ऑफ दिस थिंग, बट इन अ डिफरेंट सेक्टर, though it was Kargil only that time, of which I was there. And since my unit was supposed to mobilize, but what happened, I got a different posting order to an air defense regiment.
Okay.
And within a week, this 22nd June, I was moved from that place. My regiment was there, but only I was moved out from there to the western sector in Badmer, Uttarlai. Air defense line. Right now, if you see all the incoming drones and everything, so those are the people who actually fight those incoming, whoever is coming, like aircrafts or the drones or any other missiles. So I became a medical officer of the 40th Air Defense Regiment, which was in Uttarlai and Jaisalmer. So in that sector, just giving a broad idea of the locations.
Right.
So I went there. I was in the midst of the the preparations or everything which was going on the western sector. Now, why the western sector was very important? See, the fighting was actually going on, if you say the Dras sector, Tololing, Dras, Batalik, that you know, or Leh Ladakh kind of thing, because that is a hilly kind of thing. So there, our intention was to defeat those people at the high ground, achieve the, because there are 130 posts which has been actually taken over by the Pakistani people only.
Right, right.
So we were fighting them, but this was a posturing kind of thing, the strong posturing. From here we can attack. We do have a strike core. If anything happens, if it escalates, the war escalates in a big way, it can happen, because this was the first time two nuclear powered nation were actually fighting a conventional warfare.
True, true.
So now, what to do? So this was a sector where we are deployed and on the edge, ready to attack and just take over kind of thing on that side. So OPJ was something, in a different form. But finally, Nawaz Sharif, he just gave in to what Bill Clinton said. Bill Clinton was, actually they decided, he was called on 12th of July. Today is 12th of July. So that was the day like Nawaz Sharif was, called there and he was told, just stop the thing kind of thing. So that they're being deployed in the airfield, I just started seeing that, MiG-21s, you would have heard about us. That's a basic thing. That was the warfare flights. So I'll tell you about, it's a huge, it's a long stories actually, big thing, but everything was fantastic types. Being there, trying to see, and you're trying to, give your best to save the nation kind of thing, whatever form it is.
आप हिली एरियाज पे मैक्स एल्टीट्यूड पे कैसा होता है सर ट्रीटमेंट एंड वॉरफेयर और सब चीज़ें
High altitude, what happens is, one is the basic thing is acclimatization. So that is one thing. The moment you go, say above some feet, say if you say 10,000 and above feet, like Leh.